Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosni. I film from Lagos, Nigeria. I do videos on self-improvement, self-development, and everything nice. And in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back, my Ryuji. So guys, today we're going to be talking on hygiene tips for the time of the month. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I get into the tip, I would like to mention that these are tips that I use that are working for me and I would like you to try. And I would like to say that the time of the month is a very crucial month, crucial time. Sorry. And what I mean by that is your hygiene needs to be on top tier, when it's that time of the month. And I don't think that people really know, but people can smell that you're on your period when you are on your period. It is something that I remembered when I was serving, and one of the male teachers came to tell me that I needed to speak to a student because every time she's on her period he knows, and like she smells so bad. And it got me thinking, like, are you serious? So people can know when it's the time of the month, when somebody's going through the time of the month. And if not for maybe if people can smell you or not, it's just that time for you to just be clean. So this is to mention that we smell more when it's that time of the month, and if you don't take good care of yourself and your hygiene, trust me, you're going to be smelling all over. So yeah, this is the first tip is to track your period. I never used to be someone that used to track my period because I felt like there was no need, but as I grew older, I knew that I needed to know why I was acting some certain type of way. I think I mentioned this is one of my videos. I needed to know why I was, acting some certain type of way, and I just needed to be prepared for when is the time of the month. So I started using this app, my period. I think the first app I actually used was Flow. It's popular. You have 1001 period apps online. I presently use my period app. So you need an app to track. If you know calendar is what you use, that's fine. I know people that use the normal calendar and they just circle it, and but always learn to track your period. This helps you to know when there's a problem. It doesn't even have to be sexual or whatever it is, but it just helps you know when there's a problem. It helps you know why you are feeling the type of way that you feel. It helps you know why you're having mood swing. It helps you know when your flow doesn't come regularly. It helps you know when something is not normal, if you understand what I mean. So now you need to have like an app that tracks your period for you. Just track it. Yes, and it always makes you to be prepared. You don't want to be carrying extra pad in your bag every time. I know it is good, but not every time, but at least 2 days to that time, 3 days to that time, you already know that, oh, your period is coming, and you're prepared. And if it's for you to start taking drugs that will provide iron for you, you just have to be prepared. I like to put this in. So I started using this fluoric acid. I can't find it. Yeah, this is it. I started using this fluoric acid. um I started using this fluoric acid recently. I think about 2 months ago, because I noticed that anytime it's that time of the month, or when it's after that time, before that time of the month, during and after that time of the month, I always get easily tired. I'm just always tired unnecessary. So I noticed that I needed iron, and this serves as a form of iron. To me, I always have it in mind that it's people that are trying to conceive that use fluoric acid. No, it's just a vitamin that you need to use. So yeah, I just had to chip that in. So you also need vitamins, that will help you before the time of the month, during that time, and after. And if you track your period, you know the right time to take these meds. The next one is to don't use scented pads, tampons, pad panties, other stuff. Please don't. I know, all these brands, they tell you natural and all that, and at the end of the day, when you have them, they have a smell. And I would like to mention, I feel like the reason why these brands or company add scents to their pads is because of when the time of the month, because of the smell. Because I've come to research and say, why would they have, perfumes and scents? And I just come to understand is just to kill, the smell that comes out of the pad. So it's always very important. This will help you not to have infections. It will help you not to have continuous infections. There's a brand I've mentioned there so many times that I do not use because I've come to understand that, it gives me rashes, it gives me some type of infection. And trust me, I have people that use that same brand and they are okay with it. So it's always very important for you to know a brand that works for you, that doesn't give you any problem, doesn't give you any rashes, doesn't give you any reaction, and you stick to it. It is one important thing to your hygiene during the time of the month. So the next one is to drink a lot of water. So I know that people don't talk about this so much, but drinking water helps you to flush everything in your track, like your urine. It helps you to wash everything. Drinking water is so underrated that people don't talk about it much, especially for us ladies. You don't have to be in the time of the month for you to drink water, but when is the time of the month, you need to drink a lot of water. You need to drink a lot of water. It's going to help your flow, it's going to help it flow nicely, and it's going to prevent every infection that you might seem to have when you're on your period. It is always very important. For me, I drink Zobo when it is the time of the month. Before and during, I don't drink too much because if you guys know Zobo Poch, I'm going to put the name here just in case you don't know what Zobo is. We call it Zobo here in Nigeria, and I drink that when I know it's the time of the month, and I want easy flow. So research has told us that the reason why there's a lot of pain is because the period can't come out fully, it can't flow well. So when it's flowing, sometimes that's when it comes with a lot of pain. But along the line, when you flow, it's flowing on its own, you don't even have pain. So sometimes you don't even know until you see, you know, the pad, and you're like, oh, you have a lot of flow. So it's always very, very important to always drink a lot of fluid. Me, I drink Zobo. I'll give you guys a secret. If your period is late, maybe due to stress, guys, go and drink Zobo. If it doesn't come out that day, it's going to come out the next day. I don't know what it is that Zobo does, but trust me, it does a lot during your period. So the last one is to always stay clean. Changing your pad, I will recommend 6 to 7 hours. I think I watched a video and someone said every 2 to 3 hours. That seems so unrealistic, because what if you're on transit, what if you're at work and you don't have the time? Trust me, that seems very unrealistic, but I stick to 6 to 7, 8 hours, because I mean, even the brands, in their ads, they says every 8 hours, they say every 8 hours. So it's always very important to clean. Please and please, ladies, I don't want to know the reason why you have your pad on for 10 hours. Like I said in my first point, be prepared. If you know you're not going to have time, put extra pad in your bag, put extra pad in your car, put extra pad somewhere, and maybe you are going somewhere, park, or stop somewhere and just change your pad. Is always very important. Aside from the fact that you might be smelling, is always very key, so that you don't stain yourself. These pads, these tampons, they have duration in which they can hold on to every flow. So it's always very, very important to always change and be clean. It is very, very key, guys. Very, very key. It's the little things you do when you're on your period that really, really helps you. So it's always very important. You need to understand it, that you smell more when you're on your period, so you need to be clean. Have your bath once. What am I saying? Have your bath twice a day when you're on your period. Clean up. Yeah. clean up. Clean up is always very, very, very important. And lastly, always keep your pads and your tampon safe. It is very important, very, very key. We don't want to know that you're on your period when you're on your period, if you understand. We don't want pads everywhere, we don't want use stuff every, we don't want smell and things like that. It's always very, 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 very key. That time is the time of the month where you take good care of yourself. Why? Because you're going through stuff that is coming out of your body, and you need to pay attention to your body and take care of yourself. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you learned one or two. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.